Hello, and welcome. Today we're going to be talking about the 5 things you need to do to set yourself up for financial success. And you don't need to be young to do these things, but obviously the sooner you start, the better. Number 1, you should be investing in a Roth IRA. A Roth IRA is a tax-advantaged retirement account. Not going into too many details here, a Roth IRA is completely separate from your employer, so it is not a 401k. You can actually open one on your own, you can go into a bank, you can do it through a brokerage. It is very easy to open one regardless of the path that you choose. With a Roth IRA, you contribute part of your net pay, which is your after-tax income. So the money that you put into the Roth IRA actually grows tax-free. As long as you wait until you're 59 and a half, the money that you take out will not be taxed. So any capital gains that you may have, you do not have to pay taxes on those because you've already paid the tax on the money before you put it into the account. So it's a little bit different than a traditional 401k. But like I said, since it's a retirement account, you do have to wait until you're 59 and a half to take out that money with no penalties. And you can only contribute up to $6,000 per year. Unless you're close to retirement, it is $7,000. But whether you're close to retirement or not close to retirement, you should definitely open a Roth IRA. The second thing you need to do to set yourself up for financial success, you should open a high-yield savings account. A high-yield savings account can earn you interest over 20 times that of a traditional savings account. The national average for annual percent yield of a traditional savings account is around 0.04%. For a high-yield savings account, you can see rates from 0.5 all the way up to 1.5. The annual percent yield does fluctuate with a high-yield savings account as the market goes up and down. But even at the lower rates that they are now, which is around 0.5%, that's significantly higher than 0.04% interest. So you should definitely open a high yield savings account. The third thing you need to do to set yourself up for financial success is you need to create a budget. Creating a budget is not only going to keep you organized, it's an extremely effective way to save money. Following a plan for your money, whether that be the 50-30-20 rule or just simply tracking your spending, is really going to save you a lot of money in the long run, seeing at where you need to spend money and where you don't really need to. There are so many free apps and templates online that will create the budget for you, so it's very easy and it's going to benefit you in the long run. Budgeting is a great way to get into those good habits and start tackling any debt that you might have. Alright, the fourth thing you need to do to set yourself up for financial success is you need to have an emergency fund. Life is very unexpected, and having some money saved up is a great way to combat any unwanted or unexpected fees or bills. It doesn't need to be anything crazy, but start putting money away into a separate account that you don't touch at all except for emergencies. And by emergencies, I mean real emergencies. Not getting the new iPhone or getting concert tickets. That's not a real emergency. A real emergency is maybe a pipe burst or a car accident or a flat tire, just anything you really did not see yourself needing to spend money on anytime soon. Having an emergency fund is a great way to cushion the blow of those unanticipated expenses. The next thing you need to do to set yourself up for financial success is invest in stocks. Investing in stocks is one of the best ways to combat inflation. And by stocks, I don't mean the startup company your friend told you about or that risky investment that everyone's making millions on. You don't have to do these risky investments to make money. You can invest in safer options like the S&P 500, ETFs, mutual funds, bonds. There are so many safe options out there that also make you money. The average rate of inflation is about 2% per year, so that means your money is going to be worth 2% less each year. And let's use the S&P 500 as an example. The S&P 500 has an average annual return of over 13% over the last 10 years. So that combats inflation and it makes you money on top of that. Just make sure you're doing your own research before you invest your money into anything. And the best thing about stocks is you can start small. It does not have to be big heaps of money. You can start with small amounts from each paycheck or even once a month, and you can just build these good habits, and that's what matters most. I hope you learned something today. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Let's start making money moves together.